102.7 WMOM, the Backstreet Boys on your station playing your hit music. It is Mom FM. Good morning to you. Chris here with you. And coming up here over the next few minutes, we're going to be talking with a couple of individuals in the studio. And I'm excited about this segment because Rhythm and Dunes and West Shore Bank celebrating 125 years. It's just fun at the end of July into August. The two concerts this weekend on Saturday and then next weekend as well. And so over the next few minutes, we're going to be chatting with a couple of the schools that benefit from us gathering for this great event. In the studio with us, Caleb Schultz, the band and choir director for Mason County Central. Caleb, how you doing this morning? We appreciate you coming in.
Great, Chris. Thanks for having us. I'm really excited to be here this morning. I'm thanking West Shore Bank for bringing us out this morning and getting this interview going for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just gearing up for the week. Our students are getting ready for the big performance this weekend. Our yearly performance of Rhythm and Dunes we've done for years. This is my second year doing it as a director, and we're just looking forward to it.
All right, and we'll talk a little bit about your story here in a second, and what we can expect. But also, let's bring in Lauren, Tiffany. Lauren, how you doing?
Great. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely, and thanks for being here. Now, this is going to be your first year, right, conducting,
yes.
And you're at Mason County Eastern, the K through 12 music teacher there. Are you ready for this?
I'm feeling ready. It's been kind of a whirlwind the past 2 months, just getting everything ready, but I've been really thankful to have Caleb over at Mason County Central, able to answer any questions and kind of get this going, and I'm just excited to start making music with the kids.
All right, looking forward to it. They are joining both Caleb and Lauren joining us here on 102.7 WMOM and Hot Country Hits 99.9. Caleb, let's talk a little bit about last year being your first year, and from Grand Valley, right? You went to Grand Valley, which that you've won brownie points with me because my relationship with Grand Valley as well. And you were in at the games and such. You're up in the band, and they have a great time. You've taken that spirit and that energy, and you have done so much at MCC, and inspired the kids to be a part of the band too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're always encouraging our students to branch out and have new opportunities in not only our community, but within our school events, locally, all the way to the Midwest. So I'm really just trying to bring that spirit that Chris and I shared at Grand Valley, the pep band games, and with the students as a learner myself, with the students that I'm now guiding through their young musician careers.
Well, and this Saturday, when people start to gather at Waterfront Park, getting ready for the Rock the 90s USA, the official 90s rock tribute band that will be taking the stage, both you and Lauren will be conducting, right? Is that the word?
Yeah.
Right, we're conducting,
yep,
right?
You got it. Yep.
Just prior to the concert, how many students are we expecting to gather, Caleb? And then Lauren, I've got some questions for you too.
Yeah, Chris.
What's that environment going to look like?
Yeah, that environment still looks pretty small. We're still building up the program. Last year we had about 6 members in total in our jazz band perform, a small but mighty group, and this year we've grown to about 12.
Okay.
So we've doubled in size in a year, and it's just continually growing. With both of us directors now at the helm, it's really exciting.
Mm-hmm. And for the bigger picture of it, you have 12 as part of the jazz, but as part of the whole music program at MCC, there's a lot, right?
Yeah, and I'm only the 6 through 12 director, unlike my cohort here, Lauren, who's the K through 12. But in our 6 through 12 programs at MCC, I have about 215 students rostered. So pretty big group.
That's great. And Lauren, you and Caleb teaming up together for this event. Take us through your program, because you have K through 12. I mean, you have the whole spectrum there.
Yeah.
What is it like at MCE, at Mason County Eastern?
Yeah, well, I'm still kind of learning the ropes of it myself. I got to meet a lot of the students and kind of walk through the building on their last day of school, actually. So I kind of got a little bit of a feel for how the school day works for them. But a lot of my experience with my kids has been through email, kind of seeing them in the town when I've been there. It's been really interesting kind of coming from the summer aspects and getting ready for the school year.
Yeah.
But being K through 12 means I see all of the students. I get K through 5 general music, which I'm really excited for. I love the littles. And also getting to still have that 6 through 12 band experience, and getting to see the thing that I'm most looking forward to is getting to have the same kids, getting to see those little first graders learning how to do the boomwhackers for the first time and watching them turn into these musicians by 8th, 9th grade and even on beyond that. So I'm just really looking forward to kind of finding my roots here too.
That's got to be really rewarding when you start looking at that. And I didn't even think about that, but when you're starting in kindergarten, first grade, and such, even through third or fourth or fifth grade, there's still a lot of development that happens to that. Now, I've talked, we talked about Caleb and coming from Grand Valley. Lauren, for our listeners and viewers, tell us a little bit about your background in music.
Yeah, so mine is very similar. I also went to Grand Valley. I just graduated in June with a degree in music education. And Caleb and I actually were in the same bands for most of our career.
Did I notice you up in the? Was she there?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
saxophone. So I was at all the things. I'm actually a cellist, if I had to put a label on it. But I also do a lot of the band stuff, and I definitely found my niche kind of in the band world with people like Caleb. In the pep band world and the marching band world.
That's cool.
But I did, marching band all 4 years. I think I did 4 years of pep band, even during those COVID years, and even those COVID years of whatever band we were able to do were super rewarding. And I'm here now. So.
And I do commend you. And just so that the listeners and viewers know, I the announcer for the basketball games and other sports at Grand Valley, and to look up at the pep band and during the COVID years when you had to play in masks, which was I don't even know how you were able to do that.
It was hot.
It was very hot.
One word.
In 2 years, it was very, very hot the whole time.
Absolutely incredible. Well, we've got talent from the Lakers here in West Michigan, in the Ludington and Scottville and Custer area. So good to have you here, helping the kids here. And Lauren, that is your goal, to really inspire. And that starts at as you mentioned, introducing yourself to the students, but also playing in the community, like at the Rhythm and Dunes concerts, right?
Absolutely.
And so we're looking forward to that this Saturday night. It's prior to the show, so we really encourage people to start coming in about 5 o'clock. That's when a lot of the food vendors will start. Activities begin at 6 o'clock, and right there before that time period, the two of you are bringing in your students. What, Caleb? What can we not see, but what can we hear coming up on Saturday?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've been programming this since January, so we've been really trying to dive deep and get a wide variety of genres out there. We're going to have selections by the Beatles. We're going to have some Beach Boys in there, some classic Funny Valentine, nice ballad tunes. So there's a wide variety of jazz that we're going to be playing for all listeners in all years to year. So yeah, come on out, really enjoy it, have a good time. We had a crowd of just over 2,000, I think, for us before the professional group last year.
Yeah.
Hoping to see that crowd grow and just come out and support our local students and the local arts here. We're just so excited and so thrilled to be here.
It's a good thing. And the big picture is, as part of the food vendors and part of the merchandise sales and the containers that go throughout the crowd looking for donations, those funds from Rhythm and Dunes, brought to you by West Shore Bank, that helps both of your programs. And Caleb, if you can just kind of tell us a little bit, and Lauren, I'm going to ask the same question, specifically about Mason County Central. How can those funds help by us attending the concert?
Yeah, I mean, directly, even this year as a second-year director, we've grown so much in our marching band. We had to purchase more uniforms this year, and they are so gosh darn expensive. This funding from Rhythm and Dunes directly went to purchasing those uniforms. We also updated some 1960s percussion that was still left around and modernized it with some of those funds. But we've also given travel opportunities at Mason County Central for our students to just get out of Scottville, get out to those Grand Rapids, those greater Detroit areas, and get some performance times in with the experts in our field, the clinicians that can really learn from somebody other than myself. So those funds directly go to just getting the kids out to new places and giving them new opportunities also back at home with the equipment they're using.
That's cool. And very valid point there. Same thing, Lauren, is that, and I know you're just getting your feet wet there at Mason County Eastern, but sometimes we, not to be negative, but sometimes we look past some of the arts into sports like basketball or football or stuff like that, and there's a lot of dollars that go and funnel into those programs, but those bands, the arts, that they are as important, and you probably see that and realize that, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Money invested in kids is money well spent, is what I've always believed in and what I've experienced in my own upbringing through music. Just giving these students opportunities to do things more than just sit in the band room and read a sheet of music. Yeah. Music is so much more than just what the typical, you go to band class from 11 to 12 every day and you play music. It's the experiences, it's the people you meet, it's the experiences you have outside of your little band room, and it's also meeting other musicians too, which has been a big thing for me coming in at Mason County Eastern, is just getting the Eastern and Central kids making music together. I mean,
yeah.
Some of my most favorite experiences in music is making music with new people that I've never met before.
Cool.
And being able to invest, using this money to be able to invest in those experiences for kids is just worth its weight in gold.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to the performance right before the concert that is this weekend, and it's going to be a great event. The Rhythm and Dunes concert series this Saturday and also next Saturday. And for the listeners, you've got the Rock the 90s USA, the official 90s rock tribute band. This Saturday starts at 6 o'clock. Both of you and your band members are going to be performing just prior to the concert. And then next Saturday, West Shore Bank's Rhythm and Dunes concerts with the boy band review. And Ludington will be in next week. We're going to be chatting with them. But we wanted to this year, along with the team from West Shore Bank, and it was really their idea to focus on the bands, the recipients of why we gather for this event, and that's what we're doing this morning, and highlighting your two programs because you're doing great, and we see that. We see the doubling the jazz band, hundreds in as part of it, teaching kindergartens and first and second, and not losing the interest of a junior or a senior, Lauren, that at Mason County Eastern. So thank you for all that you do. I think it's not said enough that band and music, it lasts a lifetime, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Absolutely.
Sure does, Chris.
Lauren, anything else that you want to let us know about your program or you're looking forward to this Saturday night?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like what you said, I'm getting my feet wet a little bit, and I just, with what I've experienced coming up here, getting to meet the kids, getting to meet the community, is that I just can't even express how excited I am to get started this year. This is kind of the first big public step for me out of many, but I'm just so excited to see how this community, how this county values music, and what that's going to mean for the kids in the years to come.
Yeah, very, very important. Same thing, Caleb, for you. Looking forward to this year. I mean, schools, I say it out loud, school's back in session in a month from now, or a little over a month from now.
Yep.
It's coming up fast.
Yeah, but to be able to gather the troops in the sense and be out there right now takes some hard work over the summer, doesn't it?
Oh, it absolutely does. It feels like you almost don't have a summer with the amount of work we're still putting in over the time period. And but it's all, again, for the kids, that we're giving back to not only our community, but we just have great community partners in the area, like West Shore Bank, like West Shore Community College with Mr. Ted Malt leading the helm out there. Mm-hmm. We just have great supporters here with the Custer groups at MCE and MCC that are just there to support us. And, me being a new director and Lauren here as well, the welcoming sense of this county and the community, I can just speak to the volumes of. Everybody is just so welcoming, ready to lend a hand for these kids to give them more opportunity. And that just goes to say further for West Shore Bank. So, again, just can't thank them enough for putting this event on for us. They have really just done a stellar job of just giving this opportunity for our students to perform with a group that's quite honestly one of the biggest in Michigan for jazz events. And
Wow.
we're only one of 3 schools that get this opportunity in Michigan. There's no other event. I've been doing this for a long time, Chris, now as a performer, and there's no other event like this for high school groups in the state of Michigan. So we are just so
Absolutely.
thankful.
That is good to know, and it's great, and we do want to send a big thank you to West Shore Bank. They're celebrating their 125th year this year, anniversary this year, and from fireworks expected this Saturday. The weather is looking great for the event, so we're crossing our fingers that everything stays great that way. But that means the community needs to come out, and we need to support Mason County Central, Mason County Eastern, Ludington for the Rhythm and Dunes concert series. And so you'd mentioned a couple thousand people prior to the concert. Let's pack the place. Let's get 5,000-6,000 if we can, and let's make it happen. So this Saturday, we'll put more details on the air here over the next few days as we get closer to the weekend, and as well online. We'll be there. They asked me to MC again this year for both, and so I'll be honored to introduce your groups for this Saturday. So Caleb, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate
Thank you, Chris. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Lauren, same thing. Thank you for being here, and good luck, by the way.
Thank you.
First year.
Yes,
That's pretty exciting.
Exciting. Very excited.
Absolutely. It is now 9:41 on 102.7 WMOM and Hot Country Hits 99.9. Let's head back to the music. We've got a quick commercial break and more of your hits on the way next on Mom FM and Hot Country Hits 99.9.
Team Jamie Loney and Christina Simone of 5 Star Real Estate would like